My why was bigger than that fear. My why was louder than that embarrassment. My why was stronger than that moment. Because my why said, you got to make sure you have your why, honey. Why are you doing that thing? Your why is important. My why said, I was not born just to exist. I was born to make an impact. And so are you. So I tried again and again and again, and I grew and I competed in speaking competitions and won. And I learned how to speak with courage. And now I sit in front of this here mic, talking to thousands, going on millions of people, honey. Why? Why? Because I was delusional enough to believe I could do it before I had any evidence. And you can do the same.
Welcome to Win-Win with Gwen, hosted by Gwendolyn Shores, author, inspirational speaker, transformational coach, and CEO of Minds Above Matters. This is the podcast where your dreams ignite, limits shatter, and action leads to the life that you deserve. Your breakthrough starts now.
Welcome back to the Win-Win with Gwen podcast, the place where we don't just talk about change, we do the work that creates it. This show is for the ones who know they were made for more. But life, trauma, fear, or bad habits keep getting in the way. Here, we talk about healing, mindset, relationships, and breakthroughs. Why? Because your future cannot afford your past running the show. And honey, that's the truth. And I'm here to help you step into the version of yourself you keep seeing inside of that beautiful spirit of yours. I see you. I love you. I believe in you 101%. But what's more important than that is that you learn to believe in you 101%. And until you do, just borrow my belief. Because, sweethearts, I've got you. Today, we're talking about something people judge, something people misunderstand, something people talk about like it's irresponsible or even unrealistic. Listen to me. What if the secret to becoming everything you dream of is being a little delusional? What if delusion is that secret sauce? I'm not talking about ignoring reality. I'm not talking about making room for a reality you haven't experienced yet. See, people don't understand this. Your subconscious mind doesn't respond to what's real. It responds to what's repeated. It responds to what's emotional. It responds to what you believe. And the truth is, every successful person has a delusion before they're respected. Prince believed he was Prince before the world respected him. Oprah believes she was Oprah long before anyone took her seriously. Athletes, they visualize winning championships before they ever win one. And you have the same wiring, the same ability, the same God within you, the same imagination. You just haven't been taught how to use it intentionally. And honey, intention, it's everything. You've got to stop living your life on mistakes, on luck. That's not how you live your life. Let me ask you something. Have you ever had that dream that you are afraid to say out loud? A dream that felt too big, too bold, too unrealistic for the life that you are currently living? If so, congratulations. You're not crazy. You're actually aligned. That's a beautiful thing because you're not supposed to dream based on where you are. Who wants to dream about the current situation? Dream based on who you were created to be. That's what dreams are supposed to be about. And sometimes that looks delusional to people who have stopped believing in themselves. You are not required to shrink your dreams to match someone else's limitations. I do not need permission to become the version of me that God already saw. You can repeat that as many times as you need to because I want you to attach that to your emotions, okay? Next time you say it with emotion. Let me take you back for a second. Before the podcast, before the cameras, before the followers, before my company, Minds Above Matters, LLC, there was a moment, a small moment, but a life-changing one, okay? I had a thought that thought turned into daydreaming. And the daydreaming turned into researching. I was on the internet just searching about it. And researching turned into imagining myself on stage. And imagining myself on stage turned into feelings that I had deep down in my spirit. And when you feel something, honey, really feel it. Your subconscious starts believing that it's possible. Oh, I started believing that that was possible. So I took action. I joined a club called Toastmasters. I don't know if you ever heard about Toastmasters, but it's amazing. And let me tell you something. When I first got to speak, I completely froze in front of a room full of people, hands shaking, voice shaking, mind went blank. I even forgot my name. And I said to myself, never again will I ever stand in front of a crowd. But deep down, my why was bigger than that fear. My why was louder than that embarrassment. My why was stronger than that moment. You got to make sure you have your why, honey. Why are you doing that thing? Your why is important. My why said, I was not born just to exist. I was born to make an impact. And so are you. So I tried again and again and again, and I grew and I competed in speaking competitions and won. And I learned how to speak with courage. And now I sit in front of this here mic talking to thousands, going on millions of people, honey. Why? Why? Because I was delusional enough to believe I could do it before I had any evidence. And you can do the same. But you got to do the work. I always say that every episode, and today is no different, honey. I'm going to say it. You've got to do the work. Let me break down something important about the subconscious, okay? Everything in life, everything starts with this pattern, okay? Belief, thought, action, and then result. You cannot act consistently in a way that contradicts your core belief. If you don't believe you deserve love, you'll start attracting people who don't love you. If you don't believe you're capable, you'll sabotage opportunities. If you don't believe that you're enough, and baby, you are enough, you'll shrink every time someone sees your potential. But when you believe differently, your whole life shifts. This is not magic. This is neuroscience. This is psychology. This is scripture, honey. As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. Your subconscious is the soul. Your belief is the seeds. And your life is the fruit. And if you ain't never believed nothing before, you better believe those parts of who you are and what you are. Let's program your mind right here and right now. Can you believe this is about to happen for you? Baby, I got it for you. I want you to close your eyes right now. Unless you're driving, don't close your eyes if you're doing something that can harm you. And then I want you to picture your dream in full detail. The color, the environment, the version of you who already has it. Feel it emotionally. What would it feel like to know it was done? Step into it as if it is already yours, because the subconscious mind cannot tell the difference between imagination and reality. And that's truth, honey. When you visualize, you program your brain to expect the outcome. Let's program that brain, honey. And when your brain expects something, you will start to act in alignment with it. You got to get yourself in alignment. This is the delusion, belief that successful people live by. I'm telling you, you want to see somebody successful? Understand that that's what they've done, okay? So I want to talk about some more facts. Most people aren't manifesting their desires. They're out here manifesting fears. And I hope that you're not one of them. And if you are, it's time to wake up. They wake up thinking the same thoughts. They rehearse the same doubts. They tell the same stories. They create the same emotions. They take the same actions. And they live the same life. Your results aren't stuck. Your mindset is stuck. But you have the power to change that channel, to upgrade the script. Your life follows your choices. Listen closely. You create entire emotional experiences about things that haven't even yet happened. Waiting for the test results, waiting for the job callback, waiting for an acceptance letter from maybe a college or something like that, waiting for approval, waiting for anything. Your mind creates the story. Your body reacts as if it's real. Your anxiety kicks in, your fear rises, your heart races, and then most of the time, the outcome is nothing like your fear. So all of this stress, all of that panic, all of that spiraling, it was self-inflicted suffering. But here's the real damage. When you constantly imagine negative outcomes, you train your mindset, you train your mind to expect negative outcomes. And expectations become reality. So let me say this very gentle. Stop torturing yourself with stories that you make up. If you're going to imagine something that supports you and not something that destroys you. Why would you ever keep doing something to yourself like that? Start to look for the good outcome. Here's what I want you to practice, okay? I want you to assume positive outcomes instead of negative outcomes. It costs you nothing, and it trains your subconscious to align with success. I want you to feel the emotion of the results you want. Now, that's going to be a positive emotion you're creating because emotion is the language your subconscious understands. I also want you to take the actions that matches the belief. You've got to act on what you want. Faith without works is dead. And I always said you got to do the work. I want you to accept failures as part of the success. Being let down, that's not the end. It's the beginning. Move forward after you're disappointed. Don't stay down. Don't stay stuck. Don't stay wounded longer than is necessary. Honey, a closed door is not punishment. It's protection. It's redirection. It's guidance. So stop being afraid. Honey, my mama always said when one door closes, another door opens. And she don't lie, honey. Your life is shaped by your beliefs. Your belief shapes your thoughts. Your thoughts shape your actions. Your actions, they shape your outcomes. So yes, give yourself permission to be delusional enough to believe that God didn't make you accidentally. You were created with intention, with purpose, with power, and everything you desire is already available to you on the other side of fear. You just need to choose. And remember, I see you. I love you. And I believe in you 101%. But until you believe in you 101%, just borrow my belief in you because you, my love, without a doubt, you were made for more. And I need you to believe that. I need you to see that. I need you to feel that. If this episode spoke to you, I want you to leave a comment that says, I choose belief. Let me know what dream you're stepping into with your new confidence today. Share this episode with someone who needs to stop doubting themselves and start believing bigger. And remember, don't you be a gatekeeper. Deliverance is connected to your share. So please share this. And by all means, I need you to follow, subscribe, like, and comment. And meet me here next week for another amazing episode of Win Win with Gwen. I love you guys. I'll see you guys